hallucinations.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So that intro that you just saw I made as kind of like a celebration for hitting the 100,000 follower mark on Twitter. So for everyone that's been supporting me on Twitter, thank you guys so much. Amazing milestone to cross. Now the next goal is going to be getting this number up to 100K, so definitely smash the like button and subscribe to this channel so we can hit that 100K on YouTube as well. Now, recently, I haven't been making all too many posts on YouTube. We talked about us being possibly in a denial stage of the market cycle. The next video, we discussed some arguments why we could be in the disbelief stage of the market cycle. And since then, I haven't uploaded, but we have some updates in the market, some interesting action. Bitcoin has broken out above these candle body close zones. And also, one of my favorite moving averages, the 128-day SMA, Bitcoin did actually bounce off of it as support. The 128-day SMA has been one of the best moving average indicators to use for actually years now. And this is a very underrated, undermentioned moving average. It was the support line in the 2017 bull run. We hit it many times. It actually called the bear market. We used it as resistance. Right when we got above it in 2019, that was the 2019 bull run, and it actually perfectly captured the breakdown in 2019 as well. And it just consistently, calls major supports, major breakdowns, major breakouts. Even over here, this was the final breakdown zone, the 128-day, used as support here in September of last year. And then it also called the breakdown of last year, this year, early this year. And now we've gotten above it once again. So historically, getting above this moving average usually means that we're getting a shift into more of a medium-term or long-term bullish trend, as long as we actually hold it, right? If we end up falling below it, then that kind of invalidates this as a bullish indicator. And also, recently we found resistance along the 200-day moving average. So we're kind of just wedged in between the 128 and the 200-day, kind of just ping-ponging around in here. And essentially, if we fall below the 128, we would be back into this more neutral range. If we end up popping up above the 200-day, then we're becoming very bullish. That is basically where I think we are right now. But the topic of discussion for this video is the question of, are we in a disbelief rally right now? So I'm going to go back to Twitter here and pull up the most recent post I made about this. And I was saying, Bitcoin market psychology is currently pointing to us being in a disbelief rally, aka disbelief of an uptrend. If you're looking at the Wall Street cheat sheet, so basically what you can see is we have, major bull run, major bear run, and then the way that you enter a disbelief rally is you actually get a break above the previous high after seeing capitulation. That is the disbelief rally. And then once you hit disbelief, the chart resets back to over here and you see a major run. So what we're seeing right now is that Bitcoin is above the previous high after seeing a major downtrend, multi-month downtrend, right? And getting all the way down to 32,900, then seeing a lot of sideways action in this range. In that range, in this sideways range, you could probably say there was anger, there was depression of some kind. So the argument is that, now that we're getting above that zone after the capitulation zone, now we're getting a breakout. So that would actually, put us in a possible disbelief rally. And that is currently where we are, in a disbelief rally. Now, this can be invalidated. It's there, like I was saying in this Twitter post, there are no guarantees in a market. Though, of course, there's never a guarantee in the market. If we fall back below the breakout zone, then we would likely find ourselves in a denial of a downtrend. Now, a lot of people, when they see this, they go, well, Kev, you're just saying we could go up and we could go down. Well, in a sense, you could think of it that way. But what I'm saying is that as long as we're above the breakout zone, it's a disbelief rally, right? We're in a disbelief rally above the breakout zone, right? So as long as there is a rally to disbelieve, like this one, then it's disbelief. And if we maintain this zone, we will continue the disbelief rally into a major uptrend. But on the contrary, if we fail to hold the breakout, then it's no longer a there's nothing to disbelieve in, right? So then we would see ourselves back to a more neutral point, and if we end up getting lower lows, then there will be denial of a downtrend. People will deny that we're in a down, just like right now, people are saying this is a sucker's rally, literally exactly what it's stated on the Wall Street cheat sheet. If we end up falling below this level, people will deny that it's a downtrend, and that could end up leading to capitulation, right? So recently, as we were in this range, I was actually in a more neutral position, right? I was on defense, kind of like, basically holding a neutral stance. Now, as long as we're above this breakout zone, as long as we're holding the 128-day SMA, then I'm going to maintain a more bullish stance on this market, right? Then I think it's possible that we could be seeing major upside from here, or at least a medium-term uptrend. As long as we're holding the 128, holding the breakout zone, it's a disbelief rally, and I will be erring on the side of bullishness generally. But I'm keeping my mind open if we end up failing, because again, nothing's guaranteed. If we end up failing to hold the breakout zone and failing to hold the 128-day, well, then it's likely that we're going to be back to neutral, possibly looking for a denial/capitulation. If we get above the 200-day, then that's going to be very bullish. That would basically confirm that this little breakout here was the start of a medium-term uptrend at the least for Bitcoin, right? Above the 200-day. So at the moment, I'm still a little bit skeptical. I'm erring on the side of bullishness, but I'm open to really any outcome here, to be honest. And the reason for that is that we're now having news that the Treasury yields are inverting, right? And this is, I think this has basically a 100% hit rate of calling some kind of recession. If you're looking at this historic chart shows basically the 100% hit rate of calling some kind of retraction in the markets, right? And now we're getting recession warning signs as yield curve inverts, right? And this has been a very reliable indicator in the past. What they're saying on Yahoo right here is that this phenomenon has a strong track record of predicting recessions. Each of the last 8 recessions dating back to 1969 were predicted by the yield curve on the 10-year falling below the 2-year. And on top of all of that news, we're seeing the president saying to expect real food shortages due to the Ukraine war. So we have inflation, prices rising, possibly real food shortages, inverting yield curve. So basically, there's risks. There are risks right now, which is why on Twitter I'm saying that there's no guarantees. There's just no guarantee that even though we're in a disbelief rally right now, there's no guarantees of anything. We have recently seen a really nice recovery for the S&P 500, though we do possibly have a local top right here, a possible lower high. And I'm curious to know what the market's reaction to this news is going to be. Today we're up, over 0.5% as I'm making this video for the S&P 500. But again, I'm just very curious to know what the reaction to the market's going to be. When will this really be affecting us? And I asked you guys on Twitter what your thoughts on this were. And basically the options I made were has no effect, up only, bear market in 2022 to 23, and undecided. But as you guys know, as long as the stock market remains, bullish or stable, then Bitcoin can probably continue this disbelief rally. And if the stock market does confirm this lower top and we end up breaking down, then that could end up bringing us into, you know, back to that neutral point or possibly into denial of a downtrend. But so far, as of right now, so far so good. I'm going to remain on the bullish side as long as we're holding this breakout, right? I'm just going to do what the chart is telling me until otherwise. And again, the 128-day SMA is going to be my personal indicator that, you know, if we hold it, breakout is intact. If we fail it, then it's not looking so good anymore. And once we get above the 200-day, things get very bullish at that point. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I wanted to discuss today. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys for all the follows on Twitter recently. And also be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, join the Patreon if you want to support this channel, get extra content, and join my VIP chat. That is all in Patreon, and I will see you guys in the next video.